Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to drain and refill my radiator coolant. So all that you need: pair of gloves, pan to catch the coolant, a funnel. I like this spill-proof funnel kits, but it's optional, of course. Then you want the pink 50/50 antifreeze coolant. So first, let's put on the gloves. If you've never opened up your hood, the latch is just right down here, and then you pull this lever up in order to pop the hood open. Let's position the pan directly in the center of the car, underneath it, right there. And as you can see, right behind the cap, radiator cap, straight down. See that little nut right there? That is for the radiator. It's a plastic nut. So the goal is to loosen it up, and radiator fluid coolant will start draining out. You do want your car to be cool to the touch. You don't want hot radiator fluid. Let's open up the radiator cap. Oh, side notes, some Toyota cars use the red coolant, some use the pink. If your car is after, I think, 2004, 2005, then it should use the pink. And if you don't know, you can always just open up your reservoir and you can see the color. So mine is pink. Here's a better view. Okay. So I grab a hold of the nut, turn it left. Okay, after that's loose, now I can use my hand to loosen it up. Right, now I'll loosen the nut. It's came to almost to a trickle, and sometimes it stops and it goes a little bit more, but the intent is just to drain and fill. So I'm just going to tighten this back up, and again just hand tighten it. Alright, after you got to hand tighten position, it feels snug, then you just give it like 1/8 or 1/10 of a twist, and it's good. You don't want to over tighten it because it might break. Alright, so now I have this spill-proof funnel kit. I really like it. It works well for me. It's worth the investment. What it has in here is a bunch of bits. I think for the Toyota, and they're color coded too. Alright, so you match up the right color. For Toyota, for this one, it's the blue one. Yep, fits snug. You put the cap on like that. You twist. So after this is snug on there, now I can add my funnel on top, and now I can fill it up with coolant. So first, it's probably going to take 2 gallons. almost. Let's first fill it up with the first gallon. and I'm going to slowly pour in there because there's going to be bubbles. Alright, so I fill this up to the max, and I can go ahead and overfill it. That's okay. So far it looks like I use about 1.5 gallon. What you want to do next is you want to just squeeze the hose a little bit to help remove any bubbles. Okay, so that's the top hose right there that I was squeezing. Another hose you want to squeeze is the bottom hose right here, the black one right here. So you can squeeze it a little bit, and as I squeeze it, it's gonna get some bubbles out. Now in a second I'm going to turn on the car and let the car run, but it's good to get as much bubbles as we can initially. Okay, so you get in your Camry, start it up, set.
Or to adopt cloth masks. In that scenario, they.
Alright, next you set the heater on to its max, and you turn on the heater to its max. Turn off AC. So you want this to keep on running until your temperature gets to normal operation, and ideally until the fan kicks on, the radiator fan kicks on. So as you can see, after I turn on the car, it's slowly draining all the coolant, so I'm going to add more right now. So as the car is running, I have this pump right here, transfer pump, to transfer the fluid into the empty jug. So it's been about 16 minutes. The car is in operating temperature. Heat is blasting. Inside the car is hot as heck. But the radiator fan still hasn't kicked on yet, as you can see. So maybe because of the cool temperature here, and then the hood opened up, so it can't. There's a lot of airflow to cool the car down. I haven't seen any more bubbles coming through here anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop it, cap it off, and I'll drive it around the neighborhood, monitor the temperature, and if needed, oh, more bubbles just came out. Great. So, but anyway, I'm just going to drive around the neighborhood, and again, tomorrow I'm going to check the fluid level, and if it needs more radiator fluid, I would just add more. That's pretty much it. So what do I do with all this radiator fluid right here? That's the great thing about this gadget right there. I can just go ahead and add the coolant to the reservoir, or I could just add it back up into my gallon of coolant that I have. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up. Oops. Make sure it fills up. Okay, so since the cart is hot, I want to get up to the full line F right there. So let's go ahead and just keep on slowly adding it up. Oh, and that's good enough. Alright, so put this back on, push that down. This is probably hot. Yes, it is. Kind of warm, not hot. Let's go ahead and remove it. Now with the cap. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the video.